Welcome to Tarot and Chill. My name's Nisha, and this is a pick a card reading to find out how does your family feel about you. I've got 6 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is the red Jasper. Group 2 is the Unakite. Group 3 is the Smokey Quartz. Group 4 is the Jade. Group 5 is the Amethyst. And Group 6 is the Rose Quartz. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice, otherwise I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be below in the description box. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this reading, and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And check out the information in the description box for Patreon, where we do exclusive pick a card readings and channeled readings and personal readings, although I'm taking a bit of a break at the moment, so I will try and get back to you as soon as I'm able to. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the red Jasper. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sufi Wisdom Oracle, you have Transformation. Let love transform you forever. From the Sacred Spirit Reading cards, you have Emotional Challenges. Resolve the issue. From the Power of Love Activation cards, you have Acceptance. You are ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Success. From the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Knight of Cups. And then from the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Nine of Wands and the Empress. I'm feeling your family are very accepting of you and what you're doing, what you're going through. I'm also hearing your emotions. They're very accepting of your feelings and your moods, I'm hearing. Some of you might be prone to changing, maybe changeable moods, changeable emotions. You might be still quite young. Some of you could be in your 20s or still a teenager. And I feel like you maybe go through phases where you want to be close to your family, and then maybe phases where you don't want to speak to them too much. And what I'm feeling is they're very accepting of it. They don't mind. They kind of see the challenges you're going through on an emotional level. They feel for you. And I'm seeing that they recognize that you're going through a kind of transformative period where you may not be the same from day to day. You might be influenced by things that you see. I also feel that they see you're working very hard, and they see the work is transforming you into a more mature person. They see you developing and growing and turning into somebody more mature and more well-rounded, I'm hearing. They feel like you're very, very loving towards them. They definitely recognize how much you love them. And they recognize that maybe some of your emotional challenges might be to do with them, especially if you're asking about your parents. Yeah, I'm feeling strongly if you're asking about your parents, they might recognize that maybe some of your difficult emotions might be due to things that you experience from them growing up. So it's like they're very accepting of it, and they just want you to be okay, I'm feeling. But for those of you who are asking about your children, I feel like your children are very accepting of you, but they might feel like some of their emotional challenges are due to things that they experienced growing up, so the vice versa of what I said previously. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of love here, and I'm seeing whoever you're asking about in your family, they see there's a lot of room for you to grow, and they do feel that I'm seeing they feel that you really care for them and you love them, and they really love your communication. But you might not always be very communicative with them. I'm feeling like you might not always be very active in the family. Maybe because of work, you might go away for work for periods of time, maybe you work abroad or you just work very long hours, and I feel like you may be not communicating very much. But yeah, again, I feel they accept you, they don't mind. They kind of recognize the stuff that you're going through. And I feel like there's like a lot of emotions that you've shared over the years that have let them understand you. So they really get you. It feels like you're very honest and trustworthy. But there might be somebody, like one specific person who doesn't really trust you, because maybe you haven't shared your emotions with that particular person. So yeah, I feel like there might be somebody in your family who's not very trustworthy in general, or they're not very trusting in general. And that person might not trust you 100%. But I feel like for the most part, your family really trusts you and they find you trustworthy. But they kind of recognize that you're a bit, I want to say a bit sensitive sometimes. Like you might not always want to share your feelings, and then they might come out as like an outburst sometimes. Like you just get really emotional and you can't hold back the tears anymore. And then other times I feel like you're very on top of things. Like it seems like what I'm getting is like you're at the age, for most of you, it's like you're at the age where you're not really communicating that much with so many people in your family. Or it could be like you're a parent and you're asking about a child who's at the age where they might not be communicating as much with you. But it feels like there's still a lot of love. And it feels like whoever's like the younger person in the situation, whether it's you or you're asking about somebody who's like a son or daughter or a niece or nephew or something like that, what I'm feeling is like people are growing up, people are maturing, but there's still the same basis and the same development happening. So I feel like everyone still has a lot in common. Like your family still see themselves in you and recognize your sweetness and your charm. And they see how you're growing into somebody to be proud of, is what I'm feeling. So I really hope you enjoyed that group one. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Unakite. See what cards you have. From the Sufi Wisdom Oracle, you have Beyond the Ego, Surrender to the Flow of Life. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have Love and Light, Act with Care. From the Power of Love activation cards, you have Expression. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Enlightenment. From the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Hierophant. And then from the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Ten of Wands and the World. I'm not sure if some of you live very far away from your family, or like it feels like you've like ascended a very far away distance from them, and it feels like they can't really, what I'm feeling is that they can't really catch up with you. It feels like you may have learned so much that your family feel, I'm not sure if you've like learned different languages and you speak in different languages from your family members. I feel like they see you as really, really, really clever and enlightened and someone to look up to. Almost someone to like revere. Like I feel like your family feel like they need to be kind of cautious with you because it feels like you maybe, I'm not sure if you're able to like call people out or read people, or you just have like a way of giving people the right words at the right time. But I'm also feeling like they might feel like it's quite difficult to contact you, which is why I feel like some of you might live far away. You might have like a very high up job, like a very high paying job where you work very hard. You may work far away. You may be the boss at work. But yeah, I'm feeling almost like they're almost like intimidated sometimes. And some of you, again, you might be very religious or very spiritual, and I feel like they may not know, again, like how to talk to you. It feels like you've come, I keep hearing come very far, come very long way. Like they have to go a long way to see you. Something along those lines, but it feels like they respect you and they admire you and they do, like they look up to you, they're proud of you. in a way that's like, well, I feel like it's like they recognize things in you that you've got from other sources. It's like you've got knowledge from other sources, not from them. And it's kind of like something where they love you and they respect you, but it's like almost like you're not very close to them anymore. I'm feeling like they still recognize you as family, but almost like somebody who's almost like a myth in their family. I feel like some of you might not have seen them for years, or you might not have really been like telling them that much, but when you do speak to them, it's enlightening for them. Again, I'm feeling like some of you might be doing something like teaching or being a doctor or something where you're very busy and important in your family's eyes. Like they see you as very, very, very important and somebody who has a lot going for them. And almost like you're kind of like difficult to approach, or they might come to you for advice. They might come for you for like help and support. And I almost feel like they might feel like they're like burdening you sometimes. For some of you, I feel like this person, especially if you're asking about like a specific person, I feel like this person really would like to be more like you. It's like they really, really look up to you, especially in what you do for work. It feels like they might like to do the same thing. With regards to work, I'm not sure if you're in a position of power, again, like power and influence, where other people look up to you. You could be somebody, for some of you, could be like a religious leader, a spiritual leader, like a boss of a company, somebody who's a little bit famous, anything like that. But I just feel this sense of like respect and admiration, but also a bit difficult to contact you. I feel like there may be a limit to how much you communicate with people in your family nowadays, and they might feel like they don't know you that much. They might feel like they get to see more of your like public image than your inner thoughts and your mind. And I feel like they see you as working too hard sometimes. Again, like it might be difficult for them to contact you because you're always at work or you're always busy, you always have so much going on. But yeah, what keeps coming through is the sense of admiration of your spirituality and your light. It feels like you're probably always in a good mood when they talk to you, like you always have good words to say about people. It feels like you come across as somebody who's surpassed your own ego and your own materialism to be quite, again, enlightened and spiritual and focused on higher things. I feel like the things you say are very interesting to them. Again, I keep hearing like advice, like you're like an advisor in your family now. You seem like an elder. Some of you might be young, but they still admire you. Like maybe you've learned so much at school, especially I'm hearing if your family have come to another land. Like maybe you have parents who are migrants. They've migrated from somewhere. Maybe they don't speak the language of the land. Maybe they were very, very hard laborers and you've got like a really, really, really like high level degree or something. And it feels like they really look up to you, like how much you've learned. And they feel like, again, like it's not come from them. It's come from like other teachers. And it's like they look up to you because they would like to learn the knowledge that you've learned from your teachers, if that makes sense. And yeah, even if you're young, I feel like this energy of your parents or your grandparents or your siblings being very enamored with like the knowledge that you've accumulated. They see you as a teacher, even if you are young. But yeah, if you're young, I feel like they still have things that they would like to teach you. But at the same time, it's like they might feel like intimidated by how much you know. I hope that makes sense to you. But yeah, lovely reading, group 2. I hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the information in the description box for personal readings, Patreon, and PayPal if you're interested in donating to my channel. I'd be super grateful. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Smokey Quartz. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sufi Wisdom Oracle, you have free will. Get out of your cocoon. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have between worlds, new directions. From the Power of Love activation cards, you have purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Purity. From the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Queen of Pentacles. And then from the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Ace of Wands. And the Two of Wands. Your family really cherish you. They see you as very precious. And they really, I feel like they're still kind of taking care of you. Or they would still like to take care of you. Or it might be vice versa. They might feel like you take care of them. For some of you, I feel like you're always checking in on them, like you're always phoning to make sure they're okay, always contacting them, always just checking in throughout the day, communicating with them very regularly. For some of you, maybe not so much, but they're just really interested in you and they would always want to hear from you. They're always really excited when they get to hear from you. They really respect your choices in life, I'm hearing. Like, they really admire what you've done. They think your choices were very good. The decisions that you made that were not anything to do with them were good. Like, I feel like you may not live near your family, you may not be very around them, but it always feels like whenever they hear about what you do in life, they very admire it. They feel like you make the right choices a lot. If you're asking about, like, your parents, it feels like they think they raised you very well. They feel like they did a very good job, but they're still very protective over you. They still feel very precious over you. They still feel like you're quite young and innocent, I feel, but again, they do feel like they raised you well to make right decisions, and they trust your decisions, they trust your choices, they trust that you will do the right thing, even if you're very far away. I am feeling the sense like you might have moved away, or you might be planning to move away, or you might be just kind of at the point in life where you are making decisions and deciding how to continue. You don't have to be asking about your parents, you could be older and asking about children, but it does feel like you're at a point where you have new choices and new decisions, and you might be far away from the people you're asking about. And maybe you don't communicate that regularly, but it does feel like they can see a reason for the things you're doing and like a meaning behind it. Again, I'm hearing they trust your judgment, they trust your direction. They think you've got like a plan and a vision for what you're doing. Even if you can't see it yet, I feel like the family members you're asking about might be able to see more clearly your own future. Like, they might communicate about how great you're going to be in the future, even if you don't realise it. You might be fumbling or like feel like you're fumbling and not knowing what you're doing in the future. But I feel like these family members you're asking about are already very proud of you and kind of have a vision for you and think you're very successful, think you're doing the right things, think that you've made really good decisions for yourself. Especially with regards to like purchasing property and making a home, spending money on things. Like, I feel like they're really, really inspired by you, these people you're asking about. Especially if it is like your children. I feel like your children follow the direction that you set for them. It's like they still consider like the words you told them growing up and the kind of advice that you gave them growing up when they think about their direction and think about their choices and their purpose and where they're going and what they're doing. So yeah, I feel a big sense of respect and admiration, a sense of protectiveness, but like not wanting to be in your business too much. Like, they admire the fact that you do make the right choices and they don't feel like they need to hover over you. But they will always like have your back and be there for you if you need them. They see you as someone who is very sweet and innocent and deserving of protection and care. So yeah, lovely reading, group 3, lovely family. I hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Jade. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sufi Wisdom Oracle, you have Concealed Power. Give birth to the wonder of revelation. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have Channel Your Knowledge, Critical Judgment. From the Power of Love activation cards, you have Responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Voyage. From the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Ace of Swords. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Page of Swords. And the Four of Cups. I'm feeling like you may need to communicate with your family more, because it feels like they may feel like you've not responded, or like you don't really want to speak to them at the moment. It may be just like a short-term thing, like you may be going through a phase where you don't really want to speak to people. You may be doing something very big at the moment. You may have like a lot of responsibility at work. But I'm feeling like your family miss you. It feels like they miss you and they're a bit down. Like there might be specific people who are a bit upset or a bit depressed, a bit unhappy right now. And it feels like there may be like a collective of people who are kind of together and maybe you're separate. Like maybe you're living far away from where the majority of your family live. And I also feel like they may need you in certain ways. Like there may be certain responsibilities that you're not keeping up with, or certain people who you need to communicate with more for certain reasons. It might be advice that you can give that would help them. But at the same time, it does feel like you do have a lot going on in your life and they're kind of aware of it. But I do feel like if you communicate more to just like let them know what you're doing, let them know why you're not around so much, or let them know maybe if you're not feeling very good. I feel like some of you might not be feeling great. And they may want you to communicate more because they may recognize that you're just going through something right now. I do feel that like they might see you as going through something where you're not very happy. And they might have tried to reach out and find out what's wrong, and maybe you've not really opened up to them as much. But I do feel they would be really interested to communicate with you more and learn more about you, speak to you more, just have like more communication with you. Because yeah, I'm feeling this sense of distance for this one, and maybe coldness. It seems like the communication might have been lacking warmth and lacking love, and maybe just everyone's really tired and everyone's really busy, and again, everyone could be really far away. But I feel like there's some plans, like your family might be making plans to get everyone together. So it feels like there may be an opportunity for you to get closer again soon. But yeah, I feel like there's not too much to say about this one. It feels like you guys should communicate with them more. It feels like there's a lot to be shared. There might be some news that you need to know about for someone. But yeah, it does seem like it might be quite a difficult thing for you to see people or communicate with people, and they do understand. It does feel like they know, but they would still like to talk to you more. They would like communication, confirmation more. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that group 4. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonated for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Amethyst. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sufi Wisdom Oracle, you have Make a Change. Welcome change into your life. From the Sacred Spirit Reading cards, you have Ascended Masters. Create open communication. From the Power of Love Activation cards, you have Cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person and experience has value. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Wisdom. From the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Empress. From the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Knight of Cups and the Hermit. I feel like your family kind of worry about you sometimes. When they don't hear from you for a while, they'll like check to see if you've replied or to see if you communicate with them. It feels like they love you very much. This might be like a mother you're asking about, or someone else who's like very, very, very attentive and caring. And I feel like they do kind of worry about you. And they want to, I feel like they want to offer you something, or they want to reach out to you. They just want to communicate with you more, I feel. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. It like you might be a bit distant and like not communicating as much, or not wanting to communicate that much. But it feels like this person really wants to communicate with you more. I feel they recognize that you really love them and they really love you. But they have a lot more to say. It feels like they have a lot more to say, but they can't really express themselves that well to you, is what I'm feeling. Or they feel like you're not really expressing yourself to them. What I'm feeling is you might have gone very far away emotionally, but they still feel like very connected to you, very close to you. But I'm feeling like a shyness about approaching you, like they feel a bit shy to contact you, or I'm feeling like they might have different emotions on different days. Like sometimes they might be feeling a bit shy, sometimes they might feel very confident to express their emotions and their feelings to you. They feel like you have a lot to teach them. I'm seeing, even if it is someone older than you, like your mother you're asking about, I feel like they see you as someone with a lot to teach. And somebody who's like very self-sufficient. So I feel like this person cares about you, and it's like they want to be more involved in your life. But it kind of feels like you might be a bit separate from them, like you might be very independent and not really need them, and it might be like they need you more than you need them right now. I am feeling this sense of kind of wishing on this person's behalf. It's like a kind of desire, sense of desire to hear from you, desire to be with you more, desire to communicate more with you, desire to maybe like move closer to you. And I feel like have more of a connection, like more of a reciprocity with things. But I do feel there may be some distance for a reason, like it might be like physical distance, or maybe age, like you might be at very different ages where you feel like you don't really want to open up to them about your life. Especially if it is your mother or somebody, if you're like a teenager or early 20s, your mother might be wanting to know like everything about you and everything you're learning at like school or college, or everything you're working on. And I feel like you may want some distance, which is very natural. It feels like a little friction between a slightly overbearing parent and a younger person who kind of wants some distance. So I don't know if you are asking about like an older parent, or if you're asking about your, maybe someone younger for you, like a niece, nephew, son, daughter. It feels like that kind of bond rather than like a sibling bond to me. But yes, I do feel like someone's a bit self-sufficient and independent, and there might be somebody who's a bit more reliant. But I also feel this like reluctance to open up, maybe on both sides, but still communication. So that this person wants to communicate with you more, but they might be kind of reluctant to, because they don't want to. I feel like a sense of comfort and cooperation right now, and this person may not want to disrupt it. It feels like they're kind of tentative with their emotions, but they do really love you. Like there's a lot of feelings here. There's a lot of love, there's a lot of nurturing. This person, I feel like there's like an unconditional love here, point blank period, but this person may have a lot of desires for more right now, like a lot more closeness. It just feels like someone's a bit distant is what I'm feeling, but like overall the bond is still there, the bond is still very strong. There's a lot of love here. But yeah, there's someone who's a bit shy and cautious, and maybe someone who's a bit more confident. And I'm also feeling like maybe this person is shy on days and they're more confident on other days, so you might feel like they're distant sometimes, like you might feel like they're difficult to talk to. But I hope you enjoyed that anyway, group 5. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the rose quartz. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sufi Wisdom Oracle, you have Finding the Path. You are the driver and the navigator. From the Sacred Spirit reading cards, you have Sacred Divinity. There are 2 paths ahead. From the Power of Love activation cards, you have Gratitude. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. From the Sacred Destiny Oracle, you have Happiness. From the Golden Universal Tarot, you have the Ace of Cups. And then from the Modern Witch Tarot, you have the Queen of Swords reversed. And the Lovers. It feels like there's a lot of love here, but there may be a little bit of lack of understanding or a lack of like common interest, commonality, common ground to speak about. But I feel like this person's very happy for you on your path and like what you're doing in your life. And I also feel like your family really do love you, and they have a very strong... I feel like the emotional connection between you is very strong, even if there may be like a little bit of a... What I'm feeling is like a misunderstanding intellectually sometimes, or maybe you don't have the same beliefs. It feels like you maybe have gone on a different path from your family. Maybe you do a very different job and they don't really understand what you do. Or like the political views you have might be very difficult for them to understand, like very different from them. And I feel that they may... What I'm feeling is some of your family members may disagree with your choices in life. They may disagree with the way you live, the way you behave, the things you do, the things you choose, the partners you choose, all that kind of stuff. But I feel like they're happy as long as you're happy. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like they're just grateful to have you in their life as a family member. They really love you. They still really admire you, even if they don't always agree with you and what you do and your beliefs. It's like they respect your choices, that you've made it in terms of what makes you happy. You've made choices based on your feelings. You've done what you love. It might be that sometimes they might feel like you don't listen to advice sometimes. It might be that they've tried to give you advice that they felt like would help you, but they're happy to see you happy. That's what I'm feeling, like they're hopeful that you're happy. They maybe feel like you're a bit difficult to talk to sometimes. But I do feel like you're very emotionally... I feel like emotionally understood and emotionally understanding of them, even if you don't see eye to eye on things and you don't necessarily agree. I feel like they may not understand you because they may not have paid attention sometimes. Certain family members you're asking about, it's like they may not have wanted to pay attention to certain things, and as a result they may have like misunderstood you or misread you. I feel some of your family members, they might be seeing you as someone different than who you are. And for some of you, that might be because you've not really opened up to them. You might have been very secret. Like for some of you, maybe you've kept like a relationship secret from your family. So it might be that they have like wrong opinions about you. Based on that, it might be that for some of you, it's like if you've got like a relationship or something, it might be like your family might be wondering about like when you're going to get married and stuff, and they might not realize that you're already like happy with somebody. That's the kind of energy I'm seeing. Like maybe you've not opened up about certain aspects of your life, and your family might have like a wrong opinion about you, but they do think that you're happy. They see you as like living your life in the way that makes you happy. But also I'm seeing the sense that they don't know you fully. They might be kind of concerned about like the way you're transforming, the way you're changing, but I do feel like they see you as going to find yourself in some way. I'm not sure if it's to do with religion or to do with your career or to do with relationships, but they have a feeling that you're going to figure it out and that you're going to find yourself, you're going to find the right path forwards. They know you'll do what makes you happy and what feels best for you. But yeah, there is a sense of maybe interest in the wrong things. Like they might be focusing on the wrong aspects of you in your life, or they might feel like you're interested in the wrong things. They might feel like you're wasting your energy in certain places and not focusing on the things that would benefit you. But I do feel like they see it as like part of your path, part of your process, and they love you very much anyway. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that group 6. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button below and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and check out the other content on my channel if you're interested. I make a lot of videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.